At any rate, ladies, consumer. No, I'll get to the debate. Well, I'll tell you what I thought of the questions. I went to a blog after the debate last night. I can explain these questions. Everybody is in my email and places I've gone can't understand the questions that the Fox panel asked. What people want to know what's going on? I'll explain it to you. I went to a blog post-debate, and I don't know what I might have been looking at a Twitter feed for all I know, because I never go to Twitter, but it was just constantly moving, and there were, certainly there were 3 or 4 references. And I think media people were on this thread. There were 3 or 4 references to quote how happy mainstream media people were with the questioning last night. That may have been the purpose. I have been told, now I didn't hear this myself, of course, because I am in Los Angeles, and this happened in Washington. And I've been told that on our affiliate this morning at WMAL in Washington, one of the reporters from the Washington Examiner, and I can't remember her name, was a guest. And she said that panel spent weeks going over every word of every question. That every word of every question was planned. And that the panel spent lots of time together. What that tells me, and folks, you know me in television, I have long ago ceased believing anything on television is real. It's not. Everything on television is produced, including so-called reality shows. And I have been on one. You know, I can tell you everything. I don't care whether they call it reality or spontaneous. Everything is produced. If you see, for example, last night, one of the tactics was to throw at some of the candidates a quote and then another quote that seemed to be in contradiction to the first quote, and you saw that on the screen. You saw the quote, Chiron graphic on the screen. Means it's produced. Means they were going to ask that question no matter what. You watch a baseball game. You tune into a football game. How many times watching a football game does this happen to you? Within the first 2 minutes, something will happen on the field. You'll think, my God, somebody really got creamed or got hurt there, or something happened. There's a fight going on, and they leave the field to do their pre-produced, and the first 15 minutes here brought to you by the Toyota Celica, everything, or even not even to do a commercial, just to do the starting lineups. Go away from the field, show you the starting lineups, forget what's happening in the game. Everything is produced, and that debate last night was produced. The only thing spontaneous in the debate last night, obviously, were the answers. Now, you might say, okay, so what's wrong with that? Well, I think the questioning ought to be spontaneous, too. The question ought to follow what's going on here. Because what's the content of the debate? What's the substance? What's the point? The candidates and what they're saying. And, you know, this 30-second closing statements, and I have to say something else. You know, we got off the airplane, we hightailed it to our fashionable hotel, and I missed the first 40 minutes live. And that didn't help either, by the way, because when I started watching, I said, my gosh, does nobody on this panel remember that we're running against Obama? What is this business of these guys trying to tear each other up? And then I figured out that's what Fox wants. Fox wants these people to tear each other up. And I said, why does Fox want these people to tear each other? Because they want approval from the mainstream media. Because that's what the mainstream media would do, is tear these people up or try to get them to. But you never see this with Democrats today. You never see the Democrats pitted against each other, not like this was. So first 30 or 40 minutes live, I missed. I didn't hear Romney until a replay later, and some of the others going after Obama. So what the heck am I watching? And then that chime that they rang to signal it's time up, time out, home. I ran to the door twice thinking it was room service. That even ticked me off. And we had ordered some room service. So I got up, and I went to the door, and I opened it. Nobody's there. I said, well, what the hell? So I went back, watched the debate again, and there's that stupid doorbell sound. He said, well. So I went to the other door of the room, and I opened it, and there's nobody there. Well, the kitchen door. Yeah, the hotel room had 2 doors. Have you never been in a hotel room that had 2 doors? Well, I know most people haven't, and most people won't if we don't get rid of Obama. Most people will never get in a hotel room with two doors if we don't get rid of Obama. That's the whole point of this last night. And then I'm sorry, but this Ron Paul is going to destroy this party if they keep if this is nuts on parade. The media loves this guy as nuts on parade. They want the whole Republican Party to be identified with the kookiness of Ron Paul. Hey, let Iran get nukes. It's our fault anyway. 1979 happened because they weren't minding our own business. That audience goes nuts. Oh, my gosh. What am I watching here? And then Byron York's question to Michelle Bachmann. And now, Byron York's question to Michelle Bachmann. And she, not to be fair to Byron York, she has said this before. She has talked about how the biblical role of women is to be submissive to husbands. So she said it. I don't know how recently. It's not part of her campaign. It's not part of she, but they found it. She said it. Okay, fair game. Ask the question, will you be submissive to your husband as president? Now, I guarantee you that the favorite journalist in the mainstream media today is Byron York. And I don't know if you've been watching Fox, but they've been replaying that quote all day. They love it. This is my point. The stuff that was embarrassing, they like. Now, Newt got on him for all the gotcha questions. Turns out that the audience loved that. I thought Newt looked defensive. So my analysis here may not dovetail with yours, may not be parallel with yours, and fine, we can talk about it. Well, look, don't make me go any further. We don't even have all the candidates in there, Snerdley. I don't want to go too far analyzing this. We haven't even gotten to the primaries. What did I think about? Okay, here's Huntsman. Snerdley wants to know what I think about Huntsman. Here's Huntsman. Second debate. He says, I'll get back to you on my economic plan. You'll get back to us? I have an economic plan, and I'm not running for president. What do you mean you'll get back to us on the economic? Those weren't his words. He said he didn't have it yet, but he's working on it. The economic plan, the answer to every question last night, get rid of Obama. That's the answer to every question. Should have been, get rid of Obama. Tell me, Michelle Bachmann, will you be submissive to your husband? I love my husband, and I'm here to get rid of Barack Obama. We're here to save America. We're here to revive the U.S. economy. But I know these candidates. They think they've got to show the media respect. They've got to answer the questions, or they're accused of all kinds of intemperateness and other things. Now, I watched the replay, by the way. I did watch the 30 to 40 minutes that I missed. Excuse me. And I was a little bit happier because they did mention Obama, at least Romney did, and hammered him pretty good in the first 30 or 40 minutes. But I think, Fox is trying to prove its chops with their tough questions. By that I mean the gotcha back. Anyway, this like I said, a reporter from the Washington Times, the woman was on WMAL this morning. Oh yeah, we loved it. We thought, she said, I was told that she said the fight between Pawlenty and Bachmann. Oh yeah, we loved it. Oh yeah, we thought that was great. Oh, we're still talking about that. I understand, folks, it's primary time, and I understand they're running against each other, but believe me, aside from Ron Paul, neither of the people on that stage, none of them are a real problem that we face. And I know we're going to get to Obama in due course. It's just he's so vulnerable right now. Folks, Obama had a horrible day yesterday. Obama's out there saying, there's a problem with our politics. No, the problem with our politics is you, Mr. President. The problem with our country is you. The problem with our economy is you. Our politics is just fine, other than you are in charge of the White House, right? That's the only thing wrong with it. Well, the Democrats over in Congress as well. Anyway, let me take a brief time out.